Waking up at 5 a.m. doesn't make you successful. If it did, every exhausted person with an alarm clock would already be winning. And yet, this idea refuses to die. Because something feels different when you wake up early. The mistake is thinking the time did the work. Let me talk to you directly for a moment. If you've ever tried waking up at 5 a.m. and felt powerful for a few days, and then confused when nothing really changed, you didn't fail. You just misunderstood what was actually helping you. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Early mornings don't create progress. They remove friction. And friction is what quietly kills momentum in your life. Most days, your time doesn't belong to you. Before you even decide what matters, something else decides for you. Messages arrive. Expectations activate. Work expands. Family needs something. Someone wants a response. And by the time you finally sit down to do the thing you said was important, your attention is already broken into pieces. That's not a motivation problem. That's an environment problem. When people say waking up at 5 a.m. changed their life, what they're really describing is this. For a short window, no one could reach them. No one interrupted them. No one reacted to their time. And for once, they weren't negotiating with the world. That silence feels powerful. Not because you're more disciplined. Not because your brain magically works better before sunrise. But because interruption disappears. And interruption is the real enemy. When interruptions stop, effort finally compounds. Not dramatically. Not overnight. Quietly. Almost invisibly. The kind of progress that only shows up weeks later. This is why the 5 a.m. idea spread so easily. People confuse correlation with cause. They wake up earlier. They get uninterrupted time. They make progress. And they credit the clock. But the clock was never the lever. Control was. Here's how you can tell. If waking up early were the secret, night shift workers would dominate every industry. They don't. Because waking early without control just creates exhaustion. The real variable isn't when you wake up. It's whether your time can be invaded. Ask yourself this honestly. When was the last time you worked on something important? Without checking your phone. Without waiting for permission. Without worrying that someone might need you? That feeling people call discipline is often just uninterrupted time. This matters even more in environments where availability is expected. Where replying fast signals commitment. Where being reachable equals being responsible. Where saying, "I'm unavailable," feels selfish. In those situations, waking up early becomes attractive. Because it's the only socially acceptable way to disappear. But here's the trap. You don't actually need earlier mornings. You need protected time. Early mornings are just the easiest way to get it. Not the only way. And not the best way for everyone. This is why some people wake up at 5 a.m. and still feel stuck. They changed the ritual, not the structure. Their mornings are quiet. But their days still own them. So nothing compounds. Progress doesn't come from suffering. It comes from consistency without interruption. Once you see this, the myth loses its power. You stop asking, "What time should I wake up?" And you start asking a better question. When does the world leave me alone? That answer is different for everyone. And that's the point. If you wake up at 5 a.m. because it gives you control, it works. If you wake up at 5 a.m. because you feel guilty not doing it, it doesn't. One creates ownership. The other creates resentment. The clock was never judging you. Other people were. And early mornings were just your escape route. So here's the quiet truth most advice skips. Success doesn't start when you wake up. It starts when interruptions stop. The real advantage isn't waking up early. It's building time the world can't interrupt. If this changed how you think about productivity, subscribe for more clear explanations like this.